So, Seth, if you'd like to start with your opening statement.
Good evening. My name is Seth Jones Ryan. For those of you who don't know, I'm a third-year actuarial science and economics double major with minors in data analytics and computer science. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out of your schedule to come tonight and be part of this process. Students being informed on these matters is essential for having the leadership within the Student Senate to reflect the wants and needs of the student body. Throughout the last 2 years of me serving as the student body treasurer, it's always remained my primary goal to handle the funds of the students in the most responsible manner possible. I've done this by delivering on these wants in the students, being receptive to the feedback on what those wants are, and preparing the Student Senate to be able to deliver on those wants and needs for years to come. In my first year as treasurer, a lot of what I did was getting acclimated to the responsibilities of the job and learning what works well given our current budget system. Towards the end of the year, I started to make improvements and changes to the allocation process in order to make it friendly to the organizations. I've continued this trend throughout the second term as treasurer through the transformation of our supplemental request process and continued the evolution of the allocation process as well. If given the opportunity to serve as student body treasurer for a third term, students of this great institution will continue to see these changes and how the funds are utilized for the better. I believe that these past 2 years of serving as your treasurer has prepared me to have the experience, dedication, and accountability going forward to best serve the student body for the 2018-2019 year. Thank you.
Seth, you have 2 minutes for your opening statement.
Hello everyone, my name is Shahzeb Jadoon and I am a second year actuarial science, computer science, and economics triple major with a minor in data analytics. Thank you all for coming here tonight. For me, the treasurer position is an integral position which fosters growth, individual and organizational, providing both funding and allocating the budget efficiently as it provides opportunities for students to engage in their areas of passion without the hindrance of any of the cost. I know that numbers, math, Excel sheets can be daunting, yet it is what I'm pursuing as a career because that's where my passion lies. And if I'm elected, I want to make this position more accessible to the students by engaging with the community more. I would like to have more sessions with organizations and individuals as well, having them at least twice a year, with being initially beginning of the year and when the allocations come in. And that being said, it's about taking the time to make those connections and to serve the community, and that's what I'm here to do as the treasurer. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to the first question. You'll have a minute to respond to each. Shahzeb, we'll start with you. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this position?
Beginning first year, I've been a part of Student Senate, and I was a member of the Budget Review Committee. And this year, I'm still a part of Senate, though I'm not in the Budget Review Committee because I was a hall chair and part of the Student Relations Committee. Other than that, I am a treasurer for International Club on campus, and also my majors, whatever I'm pursuing, that connects me to this position.
For me personally, similarly to Shahzeb, I joined Student Senate fall of my freshman year, and I was a member of the Budget Review Committee my freshman year as well, going through the allocation process that year. And then my freshman year, I was elected to serve as the student body treasurer for my sophomore year, and then I was elected again to serve as student body treasurer for this year. So serving the past 2 academic years, and that's really given me the know-how and experience going through 2 different allocation processes, as well as 2 full, or I guess now we're sitting around 1.5 years running the Budget Review Committee, and then similarly to Shahzeb, same major, very closely related to what treasurer does here on campus.
All right, moving on to the next question. Seth, you'll start with this one. What do you believe will be your strongest asset as treasurer?
For me, I think it's really just experience. The past 2 years has really given me a lot of knowledge within the position as far as what works and what doesn't, and really kind of made me aware of a lot of the background processes that I wasn't initially aware of, and kind of building off the relationships that I built with people within student life and the business office, allowing me to execute those duties to the best of really the students, because that's really where it all comes back to.
I would have to agree with Seth there. It's experience, though a different kind, because I've been part of the budget review committee, and from the organization's point of view, part of iClub, and as an individual outside of Senate. Like everyone of you, I have that experience knowing that, and with these, I have a broader vision that I want to pursue through this position.
All right, and for the next question, Shahzeb, we'll start with you. If elected, what goal or goals do you foresee achieving?
So for the treasurer position, I want to make it more available for the students here on campus. And I'd like to do that by engaging with the community more and being more available to them. So as I said earlier in my opening statement, that I would communicate more, be actively available for the students, give sessions to people for them to know how the process is to apply for allocations, for supplemental requests. And other than that, I want to also make it easier through the online resource that's available for the students that they can take from the internet, and make it more easily accessible in the sense that when they get the application, they know how everything is done. So yeah, through that, that's what I look forward to.
For me, it's really been, for this past year, working on making the process within Senate as efficient and clear to the organizations as possible. When I first started as treasurer, everything was physical printout PDFs. You either just like download them, export them as Words, and then filled them out and emailed them, and then everything was handled through that way. And through the past 6 months, really, I've been working on streamlining that process. Last year, we converted all of our allocation process onto the Google Drive so we could handle it as a committee more efficiently. Supplemental requests have been converted to Google Forms, so those can be handled a lot more seamlessly, and there's less confusion and communication. We're working on converting the allocation process to Google Form for this year as well. So really just making things easier for the organization to utilize Senate's funds.
All right, next you guys will have a 1-minute closing statement. We'll start with Shahzeb.
Okay, at the end, I would like to re-emphasize that this position is for you all. As a well-integrated member of the community, I, as part of Student Senate, as a former member of BRC committee, as a treasurer of an organization on campus, as an RA, part of Res Life, and as a student, just like every one of you all, I would like to bring an all-rounded and well-balanced approach to this position, to truly be the student body treasurer. Thank you all for coming here tonight.
So, like I've mentioned kind of throughout the points that I've made here tonight, I'm really here to just bring an experienced and analytical approach to what I do as student body treasurer. I'm here to serve the wants and needs of the students and trying to make things as efficient and clear for organizations and even just student members, because for those of you who aren't aware, students can receive funding from Senate as well. So I'm really just here to be a voice for the students, to really try to manage our budget, really to get the benefits back to the students, because that's really what it's all about. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight, and really hope if you have any questions regarding anything what I said, you'll feel free to reach out to me via email or just by conversation afterward. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll open up to the floor for audience questions.
How do you anticipate into next year
Was that question directed to both of us?
Okay, we'll start with Seth. You guys get a minute to answer each other.
Yeah, I really think that just comes back to improving communication continually with students through the operation and organization meetings, because that really reaches the organizations. And I feel like there's already been that established connection with Student Senate coming to OpWork, talking to those organizations so they know those funds are available. But really just trying to increase the publicity of Student Senate outside of those organizational resources, so that just everyday students kind of know what is available. And I guess that could also kind of come from speaking with advisors, and so that they know when students are presenting research at some conferences, those funds are there and those are available.
Yeah, similar to Seth, having that personal connection is what's needed most. So working with the PR intern for Senate, promoting that this fund is available for the students, not just for organizations, because that's what a lot of people on this campus don't know. And promoting that idea and that fact to the students, I think with that, more supplemental funding requests can be used, and the funding that Senate has can be provided back to the students on campus.
All right, are there any other questions?
We have one over here.
Yeah, this one's for Shahzeb. How has your time as iClub treasurer prepared you to become Senate treasurer?
So as part of the iClub, what I do for iClub is mostly managing the budget and coming up with ideas for how we can improve on the fundraising that we do. And with that, I think it's similar to what a Senate treasurer does, is managing the account and having to present that to everyone that's in the room, to the student body.
Even though the question wasn't directed at Seth, we'll still give you a minute to respond if you have a response.
I guess I just really, again, reiterate that the past 2 years has given me the kind of knowledge serving as student body treasurer to continue in this position for a third year, taking the kind of learning curve that I adjusted to last year, as well as the adjustments and adaptations I've been able to make this year, to really continue in the progress that we've made, making the budget process more efficient for the organizations. And that's what I really hope to do next year, and hope I give that opportunity.
We'll take one more question if there is any. All right, we'll move on to the reporter debate then. Thank you, Seth and Seth.